Actual camera is back here, and I thought about hooking it up, but it's like, no, just just do it on your brand new computer. So hello, brand new computer. All right, so we started Romeo and Juliet. So several things that need to be done when you start Romeo and Juliet is you got to clearly establish a why. Why? Because if there is no why, there's no point. So every single day I try to connect some real world why. We have to learn vicariously. If we only learn through personal experience, oh boy, we're in trouble. We have to steal from as many different people as we can. So when you watch an epic fail video and there is some guy who's, on this giant cliff, and he runs and jumps and he smacks right before he hits the water, that we could think to ourselves, hey, if you got to run and jump that far, don't do it. Don't do it. I am in a part of the country that meth is pretty popular. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of the country. Okay. So I once had a student call me out because I was criticizing meth, and they indicated, have you ever done it? Full disclosure. No. They claim that, therefore, I don't know. On a philosophical level, they're correct that you can only learn through experience. And if I was teaching philosophy right now, I'd remember who that was. John Locke. I've forgotten. But next semester, I'll teach it and be wise about it again. And then I'll remake this video and tell you who it is. But anyways, I disagree. I don't feel I need to do math to say that's not good. Well, why not? Well, because I've been to the local store down here and I've seen people in the parking lot. True story. I got the stare down and actually thought it was going to turn physical at the same store, but in a different town, next town over. And I think the guy thought I was checking out his 30-year younger than me lady. And if I did happen to look over at her, it was only to identify that she may have been missing some teeth. But was I checking her out? No. Was I staring? No, because again, because of these experiences, I can think to myself, I don't need math. I don't want to do math. I don't think math would be a good thing. I don't need to personally experience. Weird discoloration right there. Great. I don't need to personally do math to identify it as not very good. I can see human acts of kindness on YouTube and say, that's a good thing. I should do that. I can learn from other people. This is what I need to do with Romeo and Juliet. The reason why I teach Romeo and Juliet, and I'm very serious about this, is because my students need to learn from Romeo. And well, why is it so important? Because students have to learn from Romeo. Well, why Romeo? It's 500. It holds up. It holds up. Romeo is that impulsive kid who, if he was around today, he'd take this thing and take pictures of things that you shouldn't take pictures of. Yeah, he's that guy. Keep in mind, Romeo, and it's one of those things that, why is this so inappropriate? The line is that Romeo's complaining about Rosalind, the girl he loves at the very beginning, and the line is, nor ope her lap to saint seducing gold. Ope as an open lap. It's a sexual reference. Well, actually, I will go with it's a sexual reference. Since again, I don't know if you've covered Romeo and Juliet, there's a lot of sexual stuff in there. The students need to know that Romeo is the exact type guy who thinks, how do I get to win that girl's heart? Should I talk with her? Should I find out what she's interested in? Should I talk to her about the things she's interested in? Maybe I should talk with her, share what I'm interested in, and see if it matches up. Maybe I can notice if she has a shirt and I could say, oh my gosh, I love she has a Skyrim shirt on because she's awesome. And if I saw someone with a Skyrim shirt, I'd look and say, wow, you're the one the legends have spoken of. Now, obviously, I wouldn't do it now at 93 years old, but no, high school me, if I saw a Skyrim shirt, I'd be like, man, me and you are going to be best friends. And if it was a girl, I'd be like, hey, you and I could be best friends. And maybe something magical. So that's how you meet people. You communicate with them, you articulate. You are articulate. What do you have to offer the person you care for? So, what does Romeo have to offer? Well, that's a topic for another time. Well, early on, Romeo essentially just offers love. Now, in the case of Juliet, it kind of works, but it's like a puppy. I mean, dogs are great. I love my dog. Today, when I left, I even told my dog that I was going to leave school early to go spend time with them. I have two dogs. I was going to leave school early. I said, I'll leave at noon to come be with you guys. I lied to my dogs. I don't think they'll know. But I feel bad every day leaving them at home by themselves because they miss me. I miss them. Sweet doggy. But you don't want to date a dog. What if that dog is a human? Well, I mean, it's awesome to have someone who loves you, but what does Romeo actually offer? Well, there is some things. Again, topic of another day. But let's go with that. Why my students need to know it. My students need to know it because a lot of us are impulsive. We're impulsive. Right now, I want to, here we go. I want to throw this. And so I throw it. It's gone. Because I don't want to bend over to pick it up. Though I did throw a marker in class today to demonstrate this. The marker broke. Oops. So students need to be aware of impulsivity. Why cover Romeo and Juliet? Reason number one, impulsivity. Romeo's impulsive. Romeo, again, is the type of guy who would send pictures of his boy parts to a female and think, she is going to like this. Really? An unsolicited boy part? Are you sure? I mean, that old philosophy, hey, there's always one out there. There is. But how many are you going to alienate and just disgust? And it could be that angel in the Skyrim shirt. No, not an angel, because you sent, don't do that. Don't be impulsive. Within reason. We're all impulsive part of the time. But contain it. What do we need to learn from Romeo? We have to learn to control a little bit of our emotional impulses. Well, how do we do that? In some cases, we need medication. Kind of blended a couple words there. We need medication. We need to be medicated. Someone I am kind of connected to indicates that I may have a situation that needs medicated. This is going to come as a shock to all people, but she thinks I may have a case of ADHD. I was diagnosed with it when I was a kid. Only it wasn't ADHD then, it was just ADD. And what did I get for it? Nothing. They didn't give me anything for it. They just said I was it was like 1999 because I'm really young. So the why. So my first why of many. Romeo, because he's impulsive. The students need to know he's impulsive. The students need to know that what Romeo does works once in a while. Awesome. But there's consequences. And hashtag spoiler warning, the story isn't going to end well. Being impulsive has consequences. Is that cord always there? Never noticed before. Seems kind of in the way. No, now they say that, yeah, it's always there because I taped something to put it there. Okay. Anyways, Romeo's impulsive. Watch and learn. See the consequence to it. Be aware. Be aware of seeing this in other people. Be aware of seeing this in your children someday. Be aware of seeing it in yourself. Is there anything you could do to contain it? So years ago when I was coaching, when I started to have some decent teams, I noticed that there were times that I was putting a lot of pressure on a little bit myself, but especially on the kids. And again, it was junior high kids. And did we win? Yeah, we won a lot of games. It was awesome. But as I think I pointed out in a previous video, I would have to put that on there to contain my impulses because my hand happens to be right here. And there were times where I'd be like, oh yeah, they're junior high kids. Relax. And I relaxed. And suddenly we won even more. No more anger. Contain that anger. I would say, hey, I haven't even been angry as a teacher for years because you got to contain that impulse. However, today it happened. Have a student record me for a moment in class. I don't want them to have phones, but next, if you're going to record the whole class, fine. You can record the whole class, but don't record part. Because anything you say, like just take a clip of this video. And here I am talking about taking pictures of boy parts. Weird. Yeah. But if you watch the whole video, well, there's a context to it. I'm saying Romeo would do that because, you know, he's a bit of a creep. So I was annoyed. Man. And that was a long time since I've been angry. And did I yell and scream? No, I just used like scoldy voice. And then I made them all work independently because I was pouting and mad. Obviously, I'm over it now. Oh my God, I'll make my next hour pay. No, although my next hour is coming in like any second. The bell's about to ring. So there we go. Why cover Romeo and Juliet? Reason number one, because it relates impulsivity. Romeo is impulsive. The students need to learn to see it in others, to see it in themselves, to see it in their children. Okay, impulsivity. All right, that's all. Bye, bye, bye. Good time.